Hi, it's Raj Bapala, co-founder and CEO of Applaa. As a parent, we want to give the best experience for our kids. I've got two kids, 11 plus, and other one is doing GCSE exams. So we've spent a lot of time and a lot of money for tuitions, 40, 50 pounds a class on math, science, and English, and many things. And also we've tried our platforms and people saying, okay, use Atom Learning, iExcel, and this and that. And they're okay, but at the end of the day, you're paying 40, 50 pounds for them, and it's really not working out. It's just like only one, and again, where do you go for the next, right? And it's just like a simple mock exam practice, it's there are so many things you can do. It's not really a comprehensive feedback mechanism tool, right? That's what I think. I got really frustrated with all these tools, and again, spending with teachers and tutors is not really working out. So here, that's why we built Appla with the vision of actually helping kids as early as, like from year 8 years onwards to all the way to the GCSEs. We've got the whole curriculum built. Again, we've digitalized the whole UK curriculum here. So, and actually we're giving a value only 9.99 a month, 10 pounds, right? What is that? Is the cost of a pizza, even less than that. And so we want to give that a best experience for everyone. You can really see from year 4 to year 11, they can see every single subject, math, they can able to look at this lesson. They can practice but understand the concept first rather than writing an exam for the sake of writing. And then you can able to do a lot of practice also. Then, what is this thing? And then you can see the assessment and whatever you wanted to do. And you can do a lot of things again each year, year 4, year 5, year 6, all the way to there, right? And that's about it. And also you can, once you have there, then probably, most people will go for 11 plus, which obviously you can really see. And yeah, so we have built a comprehensive 11 plus past papers, around 5,000 papers we have. And again, four topics: verbal, non-verbal, math, and English. So you can able to see pretty much everything. You can take exams. Also, you can get the feedback. Also, you can see how many exams you've been taking. And these are the exams I've been taking, verbal reasoning, and also you can really give the feedback by the subject, by lesson, and at least it will give you a really great feedback for the parent and also teacher for obviously if he's having a teacher and also a parent and the kid for writing them as well. You can do quite a lot of things as well. So an example, let's take an exam for verbal reasoning. So you can really see that it actually I did an exam math for now before it actually tells you where you got right, where you got wrong. It's really great, right? As a parent, you cannot able to tell, what is the correct answer, right? So you can able to do, and it's brilliant, isn't it? So it just saves a lot of time. And the institutions are charging 40, 50 pounds, even for a paper sometimes, cost like that. And we're giving for free 5,000 questions, right? And many unlimited questions and papers they can do, all for 9.99. And they can do practice again if you want to do it. Just simply go and write an exam, and you can able to see submit papers. You can directly see as well, and the results coming through. As an example, let me go back and show the exam as well. So if you see some of the exams what I've done just now, you can see that exam coming through as well. You can really see the results. So it's just brilliant way to actually get the feedback as well as assessments for the kid who is writing the exam and studying, as well as for parents not to spend too much time for them to sit with them and write down exams, and also more importantly the cost. And we'll explain a lot also all of this in subsequent videos. You can also see that as well. I'd really trust this is valuable and take advantage of this offer. It's only 9.99, which is a significantly lower cost. Anyone can able to afford it. It's a cost of a small pizza these days, and compared to 40, 50 pounds a tuition class. And I truly trust this is helpful for you. And yeah, sign up at applaa.com/UK, applaa.com/UK, and register for free. And it's 1 month free as well for you guys. So make use of it. And if you're writing the 11 plus exam, all the best. And again, we'll explain further details also in the subsequent videos. Thank you for watching.
Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something that, let's be honest, probably causes more than a few sleepless nights for both students and parents: the stress of the 11 plus exam. Now, the pressure surrounding this test, it can feel incredibly heavy, but we've got a clear, structured game plan to help you navigate it. We're going to take that overwhelming exam anxiety and transform it into focused energy, step by step. So, let's just address the elephant in the room right off the bat. Is exam stress just an unavoidable reality? I mean, is it inevitable that a student is going to walk into that exam hall feeling terrified? Look, it's super easy to look at the massive challenge of the 11 plus and assume panic is just part of the package. But understanding the actual nature of this anxiety is your very first step to dismantling it. I absolutely love this insight from our source material. The goal is not to eliminate nerves completely. The goal is to learn how to manage them. Honestly, it's incredibly comforting to realize you don't have to be totally fearless. Expecting to feel zero nerves, that's a total trap. You just need a toolkit to manage those nerves so they don't hijack your brain. Because a little bit of adrenaline can actually keep you sharp, right? The trick is keeping it from turning into a full-blown panic. Here is our agenda for today. We'll be looking at the pre-exam mindset, tackling the questions, beating the ticking clock, a quick calming technique, and finally, building confidence through practice. Let's get right into it. Phase 1, the pre-exam mindset. This is all about setting your intention before that timer even starts. Those moments right before the exam begins are absolutely critical. If you walk into that room in a state of chaos, your mind literally won't be able to access all the amazing information you've spent months practicing. So when you sit down at that desk, just take a slow breath. This quote right here is the ultimate pre-exam mantra. I have prepared. I will take one question at a time. It grounds you. It's so vital to keep your eyes on your own paper and completely tune out the other students in the room. Remember, you're only running your own race. Moving on to phase 2, tackling the questions, taking it one step at a time. Okay, once you open that paper, the absolute biggest risk is rushing. Rushing leads directly to totally avoidable mistakes. You feel nervous, you want to prove you're fast, but you gotta slow down. Notice the progress tracker here at the top of the Applaa 11 Plus interface. It numbers all the way from 1 to 40. Instead of panicking over the total size of the test, break it into tiny steps. You aren't answering 40 questions at once. You're just answering one question 40 times. Seriously, keep this simple inner monologue on repeat in your head. Just this question. Whenever your brain tries to drag you into the future to worry about the end of the test or pulls you back into the past to stress about a previous answer, firmly bring your attention back. Keep your focus strictly on the task immediately in front of you. That's literally the only thing you have control over in that exact second. Now, let's see how this plays out when you hit a major hurdle. Take a look at question 19 here. It's marked difficulty 5. It's a tough math problem about the area of a triangle. Every single student is going to encounter a question that looks completely impossible at first glance. And the natural instinct? Freeze up, panic, and let that one question shatter all your hard-earned confidence. But when that happens, here's what you do. Remember that one difficult question does not determine your whole score. If you get stuck, or if you suddenly realize you made a mistake 2 questions ago, simply pause. Take a breath, reset. Your next answer is infinitely more important than a previous mistake. And depending on your specific exam's rules, it might actually be best to just move on and circle back to that tough question later. Phase 3, beating the ticking clock. Time management and recovery. So time management is quite often the single most stressful element of the 11 Plus. You have this limited window to show off what you know, and you have to monitor your progress without, obsessing over the clock. Notice the actual countdown timer right there in the top corner. You need to be aware of it for sure, but you cannot let it rush you into making silly errors. Maintain your accuracy, keep a steady pace, and whatever you do, avoid spending too long on any single question. Phase 4, the quick calming technique. This is your 4-step emergency grounding exercise. If, despite all your amazing preparation, you start feeling completely overwhelmed during the exam, you need a reliable emergency brake, a system you can deploy instantly right at your desk to stop a panic spiral in its tracks. So I want you to literally slow down with me for a second and look at these 4 steps. First, physically pause. Take your hands off the mouse or the paper. Second, take a very slow breath. Third, read the question again from the top. And finally, shrink your world down and focus on nothing but the very next logical step. Which brings us to phase 5, confidence through practice, using mock testing with Applaa. So how do we make all these strategies second nature? Well, familiarity is the absolute best antidote to pressure. The more you experience the exact conditions of the test, the less shocking they are on the actual day. By taking mock tests under realistic timed conditions, like on the Applaa 11 Plus Learning Hub, getting to this final question and seeing that purple submit button, it just becomes a completely normal, familiar experience. It's no longer this high-stakes, terrifying unknown. To really drop that exam pressure across maths, English, verbal, and nonverbal reasoning, you've got to rely on this repeatable cycle. Test yourself under timed conditions. Then, ruthlessly review your answers to spot exactly where you went wrong. Actively improve your understanding of those weak areas, and then test again. This continuous cycle builds a resilient, rock-solid confidence that no amount of frantic, last-minute cramming ever could. Let's bring this all together. Here is your key takeaway checklist, a perfect summary for how to approach the big day. Breathe to calm your mind. Read carefully to avoid those simple mistakes. Focus on just one question at a time. Manage your time without panicking. Move on from difficult questions if you're stuck, and always, always stay positive. I want to leave you with this final empowering thought. You are absolutely allowed to be nervous. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the ability to focus right through it. You've already put in the work, now you just have to manage the moment. So, the next time that timer starts ticking, will you let the clock dictate your performance, or will you take control of the paper?